Hey guys, it's Jack, and as you know, I make a nice little living on doing hobby blogging. And people go, hobby blogging? Yeah, it's not I just do it part time. I actually talk about hobbies that I like. I have a couple that I prefer, and I spend a lot of time talking about them and researching about them and sharing with others. And I get a lot of people involved. And anyway, I wanted to make a video about what I think are some crucial things about how to make it. As a blogger, even if it's a hobby blogger or whatever interest you have. And number one is like just setup, and it's actually like I like to say three major categories. Okay, first one is the initial setup. I'm a WordPress guy. I love it because it's got all the plugins. You can do everything. It's really easy to use. You can timestamp, move around. In other words, put the dates where you want it. You can write a multitude of blog posts, which is really good because, like, if you watch some of my other previous videos, I showed you about how to, write your post and ideas and how I get my ideas and whatnot. And you know, you want to be able to just sit down and put the time in. So you do that, and you post it, 3 weeks of post ahead of time. You can give yourself a break and work on your other hobby, or you can, if you want to talk about 4 or 5 different hobbies and have 4 or 5 different websites. Hey, more power to you, and the more you have, the more you get, right? So anyway, in setting up, the word process is important. Another thing that I really think is, I've reached on this before, or touched on this before with you guys, is that uh, know what you're shooting for. In other words, if you're doing a blog about hockey, make sure you do on your About Me page, hey, I play hockey. I like hockey. I'm a hockey enthusiast. This is my favorite player. Blah 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 blah. This helps you get attention from the search engines and whatnot to find out more things. Like if you happen to be a fan of Gordie Howe or something like that, then Google will put you in a small, like, say, let's say there's a small base of fans that are just dedicated to this guy and they want to read everything about him, and they'll run across your blog, and then boom, they're going to visit your blog all the time. I mean, it's that important. And make sure you fill out all the disclaimers. If you're doing a blog about earnings and what you've done and whatever, post what you've done on there. Don't make it up. People get so frustrated thinking, oh, this guy's making 100,000 a month, and then the guy's only making $300 a month, but he's trying like heck to sell people stuff all the time. Um, and then the last thing I think is most important, I don't want to make a too terribly long video here, is that you got to have an excellent hosting service. And, I've tried a slew of them. Some I didn't like the downtime. In other words, the websites would crash, or they didn't do a good job, or the pages would, pull up slowly. And a lot of people don't realize is that, when you have a fan base or readers or whatnot across the place, people's internet services are different things. So, I want a very consistent company that does a good job. They're always up. Your website, your blog is up 24/7. 365 days a year. I mean, that's what you want, and you want one that's really easy to use and has excellent customer service. And personally, my favorite is SiteGround. They're amazing. They've got great rates. It's just you go to their main page, you keep it simple. They tell you up front what all the price plans are and whatnot, and it's just, that's what I do for my stuff. And then I never have a problem with them. They're never down. The page load speeds are just incredible. I mean, I just really like those guys. I highly recommend, if you haven't got into that, I would look into those guys because they're, really good. But like I said, you need to make sure you're setting things up correctly. Make sure, you're getting the right information, just starting your hosting services and whatnot. And, that's how you're going to do it. Just start small, and then you go visit the other videos that I put up where how you develop your content and stuff. I just wanted to do a video about how important it is about setting things up and making sure you have an excellent web hosting company. And, like I said, SiteGround's unreal. They're A plus in my book. Thanks for your time. Get out there, start blogging, doing what you love, and you'll be surprised how well you're going to do.